live and streaming. Got the F-16 booted back up. Track IR is losing me apparently when I turn my head to the left. That's why you see it like get all jerky like that. Microphone or what? Maybe the microphone's in the way or something, I don't know. Everything looks like it's going good. Voice is coming through, game's coming through. Alright, cool. INS is still aligning. Waiting for the ready. Call for startup.
Colt 1, request startup. Colt 1, Razani, cleared for startup. Wind 262 at 4 meters per second.
Alright, so you said 31. Coming out here and taking a right. Still waiting for INS to align. Oh, this is ready. Looks good, looks good. This is the same exact flight plan as I did yesterday, so it's going to be pretty much kind of like a repeat of yesterday with a little bit of differences. Repeat and control checks. Objectives are repeat control checks, which I just did, gentle climbs, descents, turns, speed changes, and takeoff and landing. So it's going to be kind of a repeat of yesterday. But that is good. Oop, I need to do one thing real quick. Let me check something here on my PC. Could have been bad. My flight sticks weren't plugged in. As you saw, as soon as I plugged them in, the throttle was a little bit up and it wanted to go. All right. Let's get back settled in here. Got that. Really good. Fuel looks good. I think he told me I could just... Yeah, he told me I could just taxi, so... Taxi out now. runner. Got a little bit of a taxi here. See my ground speed right here. Did that a lot better than yesterday. I swung out kind of wide yesterday. Just get more familiar with the airport. Let's stop a little short here. Let's take off.
Colt 1, request takeoff. Colt 1, Razani, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 28.29.
So we're going to climb to 30,000 feet. Now with this loadout on this, I know this thing likes to pull to the left a little bit. I'll hold here, get mill power. So mill power for the F-16 is at 90% RPM. And I can see that right here. We're right at 90. So now I can let go. And then we give it more throttle, or as we let go. And it wants to pull to the, do a little too much correction there. Nose wheel steering off. 30, 50. Yeah, I wanted to pull hard to the left there. Gears up. Let's try to keep about a 10 degree incline. Keep it nice and gentle. Self-correct towards the steer point. 15 nautical miles out. Alright, now we're right at about 30,000 feet. And we're right at the next waypoint, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch. Waypoint 2. Much different view up here today at 30,000 than opposed to like 10, 15,000. C-17 over there. It's kind of cool. Getting a little fast, so I'm gonna slow it down some. Just trying to be a little bit more cognizant about my actual airspeed today and my altitude. Yesterday, I noticed that both of those things kind of got away from me during the flight. I'm gonna try and keep it around 300, 30,000. knots, 30,000 feet. low. About 30 seconds out from switching to the next steer point. Alright, that's next. We're going to be making a hard left here. Stick on to steer point 3. We're going to try and keep it level. There's the steer point. Still at 300, still at 30,000. Everything's looking pretty good. So we got some of the tracks in the air here. Let's see, 15,000 feet, so they're down there somewhere. we're gonna be making a hard left here to go to the next steer point. Pretty much like a U-turn. Hard bank. Yeah, pretty close to 30,000 there. Right on track. We're a little fast actually. Way fast. Almost 400 knots. Just slow down. Still slowing down. Get a little bit more. I'm just gonna hold here. Probably go up here eventually. Oh, drop a little bit. Surprising. There we go. $18 nautical miles out, 2 minutes and 20 seconds until ETA. So right here it's telling me nautical miles out to my next steer point. So we're at 12 nautical miles, 11 now, so steer point 4. And then above that, it's giving me my estimated ETA, 1 minute, 20 seconds. you can see my steer point right up ahead. This is kind of cueing me toward it. The steer point's actually down here. You can see the soy mark down here because of the actual point elevation was marked a lot lower, but I'm flying at 30,000 today. Looks like we have another jet left to right. I don't see any more. I think it's just a solo. Alright, there goes steer point 4. Head to steer point 5. Steer point 5 is 35 nautical miles, estimated 4 minutes and 16 seconds till arrival. We notice we have about a 300 knot indicated here and a ground speed of 467 over here. About a little less than 3 indicated here, 300 knot. Temperature right about 30,400 feet, so we'll come down just a little bit, 30,000. Watch the airspeed, make sure it doesn't drop too much. That was definitely one of the key things I took away from yesterday's flight, is that both airspeed and altitude kind of got away from me. I kind of just flew it, however. Trying to be a little bit more uniform today. Sometimes, like during the mission or whatever, or during a mission, you might be having to fly with a squadron or other, so you need to be able to fly in uniform with everybody else. So if the call of the day is 30,000 feet, 300 knots, I need to be able to stay at that. Alright, steer point 5, I believe, is the return to base, RTB. That is the last point. So once I get past there, I'm gonna drop altitude, swing back around, and probably do a little bit of maneuvering just to burn some fuel, because I still got a lot of fuel, and then be able to land. Yeah, we're pretty much like right on top of it now. Let's take a look, see if we can see it. Yep, we can see it right there below us. There's actually 3 airports here. Ours is right here with the blue mark right there. That would be ours, I believe. Nope, I am wrong. It's this one. This one right here. We'll come down and take a better look. Yeah, this one's mine right here. There's the lake. Now we're gonna burn some gas a little bit. Get this down a little. So less weight, easier to stop. Push the speed, probably go supersonic. Just under supersonic. We're about 555 knots. Hey, how's it going? Still got a lot of fuel. I might go over here to these mountains and just practice some terrain masking and call it a day. I am learning to fly, actually. Pretty brand new to DCS, so I kind of made like a 12-week program for myself to kind of comprehend and learn everything, and then hopefully get into some actual servers and do some missions with other people. But currently I am unable to because I don't have the skills to do so. Just practicing basic pilot stuff. But I appreciate you stopping by. Swing over to these little foothills over here and practice some terrain masking. Try to keep it a level turn. So the 12-week program that I made was actually in help of AI. AI basically did a bunch of search for me on different Air Force programs and things like that, and it put together, and DCS of course, and put together like a little 12-week step-by-step how to learn how to fly on DCS. Not a real actual pilot program by any means, but hopefully enough to be able to complete intricate missions with real people on DCS. Because I don't know anything about it. And it's kind of interesting to learn. It's been fun. Today's my second flight. I'm gonna give it some more speed here. Get down low, do some terrain masking in on this. Lower a little bit of rudder. Come back off rudder, swing it back over.
Altitude. Altitude.
Thirty-seven 2. 670 knots, so we're definitely supersonic. Come over this ridge into this little valley over here.
Altitude. Altitude.
Doing good on gas. Pull up, come up some.
Pull up.
Such receptive. Welcome to. Hey man, I appreciate that. Thanks for the welcome to DCS. I have a long road ahead of me, I understand, but it's actually been kind of fun. Both book study and ear study, like just learning just general avionic terms and things like that. It's been kind of cool. Swing it back around, back towards the airport. If you notice I'm doing anything wrong or whatever, feel free to say something too, man. Like I'm here just to learn, just to practice. I don't have any real life experience or sim practice other than this. I've watched some guys on YouTube, and the tracker IR seems to be the way to go as opposed to virtual reality. I was air defense artillery in the United States Army, so that's like the really only experience I have with aircraft is knowing how to shoot them down. So now it's interesting to have a different perspective of being up here. Gas is looking a little bit better now. Definitely. That's what I kind of like about the community. Community seems to be really geared towards helping everybody. And a couple people that I watch on YouTube just seem really, really keen on getting people skills up to par to be able to participate in missions and things like that. So it seems pretty cool. Slow her down some, but get her back down to about 300. Yeah, man, the community just all around seems to be pretty cool. I belong to one current Discord server now, and it's pretty interesting, pretty neat to see everybody able to be positive and geared towards just improving. No, this is the what, the Georgia map, I believe. Caucasus Mountains. There's no everything's good here. There's no enemy flights. It's just a nice, easy flight. I just had to burn some gas before I went in for landing, and so I figured I'd do a little hot riding through terrain masking and then come on back. I'm about to come in for landing here in a minute. That's where that waypoint up there, that steer point up there is. I landed pretty good yesterday. We'll see how today goes. I know I have both my angle of attack here and here for landings, so we'll see. Oh, this one was a high one? I thought it was at the... There's my airport right over there. Swing back around. Gear down below 300, oh, above 300 knots. Slow that down.
Altitude. Altitude.
Speed brake. Brake brakes up. Get a little lower. A little short, but I'll take it. Oh. Nose wheel steering braking.
Code 1. Taxi to parking area.
And we're gonna taxi off. Woohoo! Appreciate it, man. Hell yeah, made it. Wasn't pretty, but I made it. Oh, yeah, gotta switch to taxi lights. I never turn those off. I was flying around with taxi lights on. Well, that'll be in the mission debrief. See if I can remember where I came from. Seen worse. That's scary, man. You fly in IRL? The hell is that? Heck yeah, man. This flying's flying, man. It's still pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot to know, man. It's interesting when you first like get into a subject like flying like this and you know nothing about it, and you kind of have a general idea, you know, of how it works, but like you don't understand how much really goes into it until you kind of dive into it. You start diving into it, you learn it. Just like learning about the altimeter alone was like I was like completely overwhelmed, like how much there was. I was like, holy crap, man. Like static pressure, like pitot pressure or something like that, and I was just like, wow, there's a lot to this. Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. My ADHD kicks in, and I just kind of like dive in like head first, and then get lost in it for a while. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Actually, I think that was me there. Oh well. Park in the next one. Got lost in your ADHD hyper focus moment? Yeah, man. I've learned so much random stuff over the years just from my ADHD hyper focus moments. That goes back to the airport. I guess I ain't going that way. Or the runway. I'm gonna park it here at this guy. I don't care. We're gonna call this home. Let's turn that light off now, finally. Do they do discovery flights? You just like jump on a flight just to like AKA discovery flight, kind of like a ride along with police? I'm gonna turn this off so I can hear a little bit better. Got to use the Windows N because I still don't really know how the whole steps to turning this off. Yeah, I can't say I've been in small planes. I've been in like C-17s and Blackhawks, things like that with the military, but I've never been in like a small like passenger. Well, I take that back. I have once when I went skydiving for fun. Um, did like a tandem skydive. That was a small aircraft, but I didn't really pay attention to the aircraft too much. I was more focused on the movement of skydiving. So I wasn't really like focusing on the flight or anything, you know? Like I was like, oh, okay, about to jump out of this plane. Oh, that's not too bad. 100, $200. That's pretty cool. Especially if they're going to give me like, if they could give just like little tidbits of information and tips and tricks type stuff. That'd be sick. Definitely should do it, bro. Like it was so much fun. Even if you just go tandem, because I just went tandem. A bunch of my buddies from the army were obviously airborne, and they always kind of like poked fun because I never did it. So I at least had to go do that, so they couldn't poke too much fun. And it was a blast, absolute blast. Let's see here. Looks like all that's done. We'll do this so my and then we'll do F9 so my track AR isn't like making everybody sick to their stomach as I move my head around. Now I can use the mouse. It is a good looking jet. Oh yeah, man, it's my first two. I do have the F-14B, but and then they just came out with that 14BU, and I was like, oh, figures. So I felt kind of salty that I spent money on the 14B when the 14BU just came out. But oh well, it is what it is. I like the F-16 though. The F-14, obviously, because of like Top Gun and things like that. But man, that's difficult bird to fly. No fly by wire. I'm just glad nothing's damaged. Sometimes I've landed, I've seen some of these. Some of these wheels are a little broken. Yeah, man, the F-14 is tough, dude. Like the first time I got in it, I literally ripped the wings off of it. I was like, okay, hold up. I need to simmer down some. So I think this is a really good place for me to start. It's fly by wire, kind of like protects me in a way from doing dumb things like ripping the wings off and stuff like that. So I'm not looking forward to mid-air refueling. That's gonna be, whew, it's gonna give me nightmares. Wonder how loud that gun is in the cockpit, IRL. I just learned that these like little antenna things are to get rid of like static electricity too on the jet as it flies through the atmosphere. I think that's pretty cool. I had no idea what those were for the longest time. Yeah, you know, like so I was in an Avenger unit and air defense artillery, and we had the like the MP3 50 cal. That was pretty loud, but there's usually a guy inside the turret, so it's not that bad. When you're on the outside, it's loud, but when you're on the inside, it's not bad. I can hear somebody getting at it. That sounds cool. Can't really look up. It's pretty cool. This map's got like random jets just fly over. Helicopters too. It's pretty cool. Don't feel like it's dead. Like it actually feels kind of alive, you know? Alright, man. Well, I'm going to end the stream, I think. I appreciate you stopping by and chatting with me. Feel free to follow if you don't mind. And then I'll be back on tomorrow. Probably a little bit different time, though. I got to work tomorrow. So it'd be afternoon time here, Eastern Standard Time. And then, yeah, I'm just going to basically try to do this 12-week and see if I can get into a mission. You too, man. Have a great day. Take it easy. See ya.